Hey Gary, it's Rob. Wanted to get your video out to you so you have something to work on. I'm going to break this up into a couple of videos, I think, at least two, because we worked on quite a few things. I don't want to compact everything together. The main thing we talked about today is establishing a much crisper spine angle and getting into a better setup position. Okay, this is you right when you came in. I'm going to bring a couple things to your attention here. Of course, we talked about the knee flex. Knee flex here is a little too exaggerated for us, Gary. I want you to come out of that and stand a little taller. You're distributing the weight on the balls of your feet pretty nicely, but I still want you to come up a little taller. My concern right here is the spine angle is giving me something that kind of looks like this. So I go to here, and then I come to here, and then I come to here. Okay, and we talked about this in a better type situation. What I'd like to see is the knees flexed a little less. I'd like to see you standing a little taller here. This is going to provide you some more real estate underneath to work. It's also standing a little taller, coming out of this knee flex a little bit, is going to give us an opportunity to use the ground as leverage to get into our golf swing. Okay, so we worked on that. Hands here are a little more extended from what I would like. I would like to see them hanging naturally from the joint down this way, and again the club coming something in this fashion here. So I'd like to see those arms a little more relaxed, chin up a little bit, spine angle established a little crisper. So we worked on those things, and then let me show you what it looked like after we did some work. So this is what we had here, not quite into our proper setup. We want to establish that crisp spine angle so we can rotate around and through that angle to make us consistent into approach into impact time after time. Okay, so we worked on it a little bit, and this is what we turned up with. So you see what we got here. Now let's go take a look at the better one. Now, see how you're standing much nicer here? If I go knee flex again, knee flexor, this is really nice, balanced knee flex. Come to here, you're going to be right on the balls of your feet, 151, that's ideal, sir. That's what I'm looking for. And spine angle's a lot crisper, okay? If we come here and just take a look at spine angle now, it's a little bit crisper. I don't have quite as much going on. I still would like to get you back a little bit, and that's going to probably require you coming just a little closer to the golf ball and coming out of your waist hinge just a bit, okay? I want to get that chin up out of the way. So we did nice here as far as our arms hanging. Very nice. And now we're in a much nicer relaxed position and able to accomplish in our halfway back position, okay? So this is the setup I want you working on. Let's establish that spine angle a lot crisper, and we talked about keeping our lines and our angles intact throughout the golf swing. All right, so let's get you back halfway back in your backswing. Bear with me here for a second. Let's see. Yeah, let me get you halfway back here and take a look at that position for me. Okay, get you through here. Boom. Okay, just a little bit of too much of your right shoulder activating independently. You know, at this point right here, we want to have square shoulders, square hips, knees, and feet. So this is starting to slide. If I take a line off of this and take your shadow, you'll see it starting to creep inside here a little bit. Just like the yellow line indicates, of course, this is our target line. So we'd like to see that left arm, your right shoulder, to be a little more lag in that shoulder. So we're going to actually end up coming out here. Let me do a yellow on that too. So we're actually going to come out here a little bit more in this line there, right here, if we get set it up straight. And see how much nicer these two lines match? That's geometry and physics. We've talked about this over and over. Okay? And you start to see, if I were to draw in red here, again, this is my target line where I'm real tight here, and then back in the back of the swing, I've got a much greater distance between those two. So that's not geometrically correct for us to get into our good golf swing. All right? So we just want to work on that. A lot of that has to do with the rotation of the wrist that we talked about. Let's take you up to the top. Get you up to the top. And you see right now, bring your attention that we're already starting to open up this club head with our wrist. All right, see how this club head is starting to open up, wide open here, and we talked about all I want to see at that point right there is complete the back of the hosel. Okay, so it's starting to happen in our wrist right here. We talked about overswinging just a little bit. Let's take it up to the very top. So when I get you up to the very top, a couple things are going on here. Okay, let me get rid of some of this stuff so you can see. A couple things going on. We're overswinging a little bit, which is giving us this bend in our arm here. Let's see exactly what we've got here for the bend. It's giving us a bend here. I like the way your chin is riding up on top. It looks a lot nicer. Let's see what we got. We come here, go here. See, we're getting a 39-degree bend right there in that arm, which we want that straight. Again, I'm also starting to see air underneath here with your left arm kind of flying away from your body. And the biggest culprit right here, Gary, is this little cup in the wrist still, okay? I got that right there. We got to get that squared away. I like the way the chin is right on top of the shoulder here. We're even going to have a little bit more area to work with if you get that chin up at address a little better and establish that line pretty good. We're coming a little bit too much out of our knee flex. Let me bring you back in here and show you. We're in knee flex good at address. And on top of our backswing, I want us to stay in this knee flex, okay? I don't want this knee flex straightening out, because as soon as you straighten this left leg, you're actually going to be putting the weight back on your heels, and we're no longer into a nice balanced position. Like any athletic move, we need to be on the balls of our feet, okay? So I want to stay in that knee flex a little bit better, because if I take you back to the top again, you'll watch this knee right here start to straighten as you get to the backswing. Now, if I get to the top of your backswing, with this leg this straightened out, really now all your weight is transferred back here to your heel, all right? We don't want that. We want to stay in that knee flex, because here, now weight's on our heel. We don't want that, okay? Staying in that knee flex is going to allow the head to stay more stable. Let's take a look at that head, as a matter of fact, when we got it back here. Let's get it back at address, and give me 1 second. I'm going to draw this head in and see exactly what is happening to us here. When you establish the spine angle a lot better, you've really took control over this up and down move that you were making when you came in, all right? So here we go. Let's take it through. Get you halfway back and stop it. You see now we're nice, how nice and still the head is staying. Very nice, Gary. Okay, right here. Remember we talked about we were reaching a little bit, but look what I've got right here. Now if I take a shadow off of your club here, well, now you're in a nice position. What we're doing is just allowing this your right shoulder to travel a little too much and getting it stuck behind us a little bit. Okay, so let's take you up to the top. Okay, right there we talked about you getting the head stays nice and stable, even with the taking out the knee flex. I want to get away from this, please. We're transferring weight incorrectly. It's going back onto our heels, and then we're having to thrust it back forward again. And I want to stay in that nice flex, knee flex, throughout the entire swing. All right? And we talked about, let me get all this out of the way, please. We talked about a little overswinging here. You know, we talked about the rotation of the hips. Well, that's going to determine how far your backswing goes, not letting the arms fly away from the body to try to get more out. All right? When we're making a body swing now, we don't have to get all that real estate. We have it in, by establishing our spine angle, we have it right there in front of us. All right? So a little overswing, because if I just incrementally bring you down, bink, 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 right here, you're in a wonderful hitting position. Okay? And what I mean by that, look, we have a completely straight right arm. Your wrists have actually unpronated, so now your club head is in nice relation to your right hand. And from here, we're going to take off like the airplane we talked about. Drop in, cover, all the way to a complete finish. So we'll bring you through incrementally. Good looking hitting position here. Your head stays stable and nice. Weight transfer is good. What I got right here is just that release. We talked about that release. For you, it is 5 o'clock to 11 o'clock with a release of the hands. Right here, if I look at the hands are just a little late in their release. Okay, that's going to come in with an open club head for you, which is going to make your ball travel to your left. All right, so we need to tighten that up a little bit as far as the 5 to 11 o'clock with our release move, and we did that later on. All right, so that's something I want you concentrating on. You know, you can take a whole bucket of balls and just sit there, release, 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 and once you do that, and once you establish the timing on it, it's going to flow into your golf swing seamlessly. All right. Coming on through, let's see our finish, all the way around to finish for me, please. Very nice. Belt buckle right of the target, very nice. Very nice. Good weight transfer, like the way the club is settled. Very nice, Gary. All right, so that's the things I want us working on. Getting in that spine angle a little bit better, getting our halfway back position and establishing that halfway back position. And when we get there, let's make sure that we're working on our lines a little bit. Let me go back here, back up a little bit. Let's work on right here, so we're getting in a good halfway back position, so we can re-achieve that halfway back position right prior to impact. And then, of course, the 5 to 11, and we're releasing our hands to straighten out that ball. You got many, many balls today, dead straight. Very nice work. All right, so that's what I got for you right now. Work on those. We talked about get your work in for these, and then get back to me. Right now, thanks for your business, and I'm going to wish you a great big one. Aloha.